Hey guys, it's Lewis on the Gaming Rift here, and today I'm bringing you the top 5 most brutal Decepticon death scenes in the Transformers Bayverse. Now keep in mind guys, there are a lot of Decepticon deaths here, and a lot of them were by the hands of Optimus Prime, so this video was actually very difficult for me to make, way harder than the Autobot one, as there were just so many good death scenes for the Decepticons, so there will be 2 honourable mentions in this video. With that being said though guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, that'd be great. Now let's get into it. So coming in at the number 5 spot guys, we have Lockdown's death sequence from Age of Extinction. Now why is this on the list? Well, essentially this death was very brutal and satisfying, as throughout the film and even before the film, this guy had been, hunting Autobots, and he'd been pursuing Optimus Prime throughout the majority of the film's runtime. So how does he die? Well, essentially he gets, a few attacks from Optimus here and there. He gets a few shots from Cage Yeager, that's all good and well. But what actually is his downfall is receiving a giant ass sword through his back and then getting cleaved in half. Seriously, this death scene was actually very brutal, as he could have just cut him through the back and, had that, let him succumb to his wounds. But nope, Optimus went one step further, literally decided to cut him in half from the torso upwards. Like, what the fuck? He just went completely bloodlusted in this scene.
You see my face, your life is done.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Uh-oh, controversial opinion, as coming in at the number 4 spot instead of the number 1, 2 or 3 is Megatron's death scene in Dark of the Moon. So this guy was just on a downward spiral from the first film. He starts off as like this invincible force of nature that not even Optimus can stop, to basically a secondary antagonist as the films go on. So what happens? Well, essentially in the book adaptation of the film, Megatron and Optimus actually solved the problem peacefully. The Decepticons fuck off back to Cybertron, the Autobots stay on Earth. But in the film, not so much, as Optimus is clearly sick of Megatron's shit and proceeds to not just give an Energon axe to the back of Megatron's head and to his face, but he proceeds to literally decapitate him, tearing out what looks to be the top of Megatron's spine in the process, sending metal and Energon flying everywhere. Seriously, this was brutal.
The truth, all I want is to be back in charge. Besides, who would you be without me, Prime? Time to find out.
Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have a death scene that you guys probably won't remember, and that was the Devastator death scene from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And the more I'm thinking about this, quite a lot of these death scenes are from Revenge of the Fallen, now that I think about it, some of my choices. But, so what happens? Well, essentially, it's quite insane that this guy has one of the most brutal deaths when he's one of the largest Transformers ever, standing at around 108 feet tall if he was to ever stand on his hind legs, which obviously isn't possible due to his weight. Well, essentially Simmons organizes the Project Railgun to be used on Devastator, where he gives him his coordinates, he's right below the enemy's scrotum, and the weapon fires, basically obliterating Devastator's left arm, sending it flying away. And it also sends Devastator crashing down the side of the pyramid, where essentially all of that weight and momentum smashes his back into that limestone wall or sandstone wall, and the impact is so devastating that it literally makes the guy lose his fucking head. Like, he gets his arm obliterated, he gets his back utterly crushed, and the impact is so great that it literally sends his neck and head spiraling off. Like, if that is not more devastating and more brutal than Megatron's death, then I don't know what is.
I am directly below enemy scrotum.
At the number 2 spot, guys, we have Shockwave's death from Transformers Dark of the Moon, and there really is nothing much to say about this guy's death as well. It's just way too fucking brutal. Essentially, he gets a shot right in the abdomen, he gets the left-hand side of his body completely punched off by Optimus Prime, gets another, roundhouse punch straight to the face, and then proceeds to get his eye literally torn out by Optimus himself. Like, seriously, what the fuck was even going on? Like, I have nothing to say, just fucking watch it. Apologies for the super speedy section, guys. I'm sorry if it was a bit of a pace breaker. But with that being said though, guys, let's move on to the honourable mentions that didn't quite make the list. Grindor literally gets his head torn in half. Do I need to say anything else?
Piece of tin.
Sentinel Prime's death could have easily made the list with how brutal it was. The reason why I didn't put him on the list was he's kind of in the grey area between Autobot and Decepticon. He's not an Autobot and he's not a Decepticon, but he believes that the Decepticons will eventually win them the war. So I kind of didn't put him on the list for that reason, but he's still an honourable mention.
You must see why I had to betray you. You didn't betray me. You betrayed yourself. No, Optimus!
Taking the number 1 spot, however, we have the Fallen's death scene from Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And honestly, there really isn't much to say about this death. He essentially gets, a blade right to the shoulder, gets his mask torn off as well as his face, and then proceeds to get his heart literally punched out by Optimus, allowing him to succumb to his wounds. I'll just let it play.
You picked the wrong planet. Give me your face.
With that being said though, guys, I hope you enjoyed my top 5 Decepticon deaths in the Transformers Bayverse. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. That would really mean the world to me. And if you have any suggestions for future top 5s, let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks guys, and have a great rest of your day. This is Lewis of the Gaming Rift, signing out.